I had a listing for 28 days. The builder had it for 80 days previously. We got an offer. It appraised, which I was a little worried about, and they're pushing the closing up from the 18th to the 11th. But the appraisal was amazing to get that information yesterday.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Especially when you're showing that you're adding value in a different way, right?
Oh yeah.
And a big win. And I know we have to keep it general right now, but Sean, kudos to you on that meeting yesterday. That's a huge opportunity. Super excited for conversations to continue there. So
Me too. I'm really, really excited for him and for EXP. Hopefully he will he'll slide over.
not hopefully. I talked to
Yeah.
Leo.
I think I think I think bringing in Leo is going to be a big touch, a big thing for him. And I kind of want to soften him up on like maybe they'll want to bring over all 2,500 agents, but just kind of let it
Leo's
go.
very well versed. I talked to Leo for about 45 minutes yesterday. And he's very well versed. And so it's going to be a fun conversation. We've got some really cool solutions. So anyway,
Awesome.
all right. I think I've got us going live. I think we're all in here. Portia got her first lease transaction. Congratulations. I love seeing that in the chat. We're celebrating you. Okay, I think is Tanin. Oh, there she is. Okay, I didn't think you were in here. Hi, darling. Good morning. Really excited for our meeting today, but I really first want to also say welcome to the True Austin Living team. Trinity is on here. I see Trinity right there. There she is. She loves me, even though if you ask her, she will tell you that I'm the devil reincarnated. She's not nice to me.
No.
Trinity and I have known each other since Trinity was in real estate school like 14 years ago. And she was with me at KW for many years, was with us at EXP early on, went and tried some other avenues for a while, started her own team. They all just onboarded this week with us again. So welcome home to all you guys. We're excited for you all to be on this call. I see Lauren's on here. Nice to see you, Lauren. I see Jen is on here. Jen Goodner, y'all, has some cool social media stuff. So we're going to have her teach, and you guys are going to get to know her. I don't see everybody's faces on here right now, but welcome to you guys. So Chris is on here. Tanin Teston, if you all have not met her yet, you are in for a treat. She's out of Florida, and I got to know her through my very good friend, Renee Funk. Tanin and Dan have their own team. They are amazing icons, amazing leaders. And so I asked Tanin to come in and share with us today on Huddle. So thank you for being our guest. I don't know if you want sharing capability. I'm going to give you sharing capability. I want you to share a little bit about you, and then you have the floor. Welcome to Friday Huddle, and it's all yours.
Well, thank you. Thanks for the introduction. So as she said, my husband and I were a small team. We did have agents under us at one point as far as a team atmosphere, but we've gone back to the two of us, which works out perfect. We average probably about 40 transactions a year, and our goal is always to hit that 18 to 20 million mark. So we're still on track even with this year. So just to give you a little background on us and who we are. And I wanted to.
How many icons do y'all have, Tanin?
We'll have our 6th after this month. So
that's so cool. Congrats. And that's so awesome.
The crazy part about that was we never even thought that was possible when we joined EXP. It was our first year in 2019 that our transactions just skyrocketed. And I'd like to look back, and especially this time of year, and I'm sure you're all going to do this as well, looking at your business and figuring out what is it that I'm doing right, what's working, and what should I be looking forward to next year and doubling down on. Because I think a lot of us get caught up in we should be doing this or we should be doing that, when really our book of business that's keeping us afloat, that's paying our paychecks, is something totally different. So every transaction that we do, we've got a spreadsheet, and I'm looking at specifically where is that business coming from, who's sending it to us if it's a referral, and where should we be diving into for the next year. And I pulled our numbers this morning just to kind of see, and it's been pretty consistent. It's either 35% was from farming in our neighborhood. In farming, we're the #1 agents in our zip code since 2019 as well. 21% were past customers, and 21% were referrals from people that we know. And then when I break it down even further, I look at those referrals that came from people were also from our farm. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what we do in our farm that gets us those numbers and how that also translates to our past customers, because what we're doing for our farm is the exact same thing that we're doing for our sphere and continually doing those touches. So when I joined my husband, Dan, just to give you a background on me, I used to be in title, so real estate closings. My husband was in real estate for 6 years. And when I joined him, I said, okay, I need to do a certain amount of production in order to keep it viable that I can stay a realtor with them. Otherwise, I go back to title, which I didn't want to do. So I looked at my sphere, I looked at my contacts, everybody who was going to enter into our database, 99% were realtors and lenders, which is not good to enter into your database for Sphere to reach out to. I'm not going to call them and ask them for business. Obviously, they've got their own business. But I couldn't add on to my husband's. I didn't have anybody to add, right? So I thought I need to go out and meet people. I need to find people. I need to be able to add to the database and have my own contacts. And when I look at that, I see I'm an observer, and I've observed a lot of the icon agents. I go to a lot of these classes, master classes, and there's one thing that every single one, I don't care if it's social media, if it's farming, if it's Zillow leads or paying for leads, the one thing that every single one of them have in common is that they are constantly adding to their database every single day through some sort of form. So I figure I got to add to my database. I got to keep adding people in every single day. So I joined everything I could possibly join: book clubs, wine clubs, walking clubs, social committees, chamber of commerce. I mean, every day I was at a coffee or breakfast or something where I was meeting people and just adding. And that's exhausting, right? But it was working. It was working, just getting to talk to people and talk to them about real estate. So I was doing that. And now I figured I've broken it down even further. So face-to-face, very important, getting to know people. But now I needed to get their contact information. I need to get them into my database. So doing that, you know, when you're at networking, we're at Chamber of Commerce, it's easy. Get their card, add it in, and then do that follow-up. But I wanted to do it in our neighborhood because that was our goal always, to be in our neighborhood. But we had this hurdle to jump over where it was built by a couple different builders, and those realtors that were the builder realtors are now regular residential realtors, and they had a good hold on the neighborhood. It was hard to break that, right? Everybody knew who they were, and everybody was using them, and you could see that they were doing multiple listings a year because they already had everybody's contact information. So we said, we want to do that. So we started diving deeper into our neighborhood and finding if there wasn't groups already made, we were making those groups. Because as you've probably heard Elizabeth say, or Renee say, success leaves clues, opportunities leave clues. So I'd find different opportunities to get to know people in my neighborhood, including through the schools, through PTAs, things like that. So that was one thing. I got to know a lot of people. They got to know who I was, which was the important part. And then getting their contact information, I would make ways to do sign-up geniuses, ways to get their contact information. So one thing we do is when we have garage sales, community garage sales, I get everybody to sign up on a list so I can help promote their garage sale through social media, through I stand out on the corner at the front of the neighborhood with the list of all the homes that people have signed up for. And I pass those out to cars that are coming into the neighborhood so that they know where to go to for the garage sales. And then I hand them information about us as the neighborhood realtor that we know this area really well. So that's one way that I would get contact information for people in our neighborhood. I know now where they live. I've got their phone number and email, and they know who I am. And then I send a follow-up card after the garage sale and I say, you know, I hope it was successful. Hopefully we're able to direct some business and you're able to sell your things. So making that connection. But it's finding those opportunities that other people aren't doing. And I got to tell you, in Florida, I don't care what time of year it is hot out there. So when I'm standing out there for 3 hours handing out these flyers, it's something that not everybody wants to do, but I'm going to do it because I want to be able to meet people. And not only did I meet the people who were having the garage sale, but I met over a dozen of my neighbors who are out walking their dogs or out walking on this, you know, just doing their morning walks. So it's just great opportunities like that. I'll give you another tip that I do to meet our neighbors is we host an annual block party every year. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard of National Night Out, but that's a national thing. Every single state does it, and they do it to promote neighbors to meet each other because they figured that if you know your neighbors, you're going to watch out for your neighbors and it's going to be a safer neighborhood. So they partner with the police on this as well. So if you have never done it, look it up, National Night Out. But I highly encourage it because we meet people in our neighborhood all the time through that. And it's the only reason I will door knock in our neighborhood because I don't door knock at all. However, if I've got an invitation to invite them to a block party, I will knock on everybody's door and personally hand them an invitation to this party that we're hosting. And it's one of the cheapest things that we do. We pay for a permit, which is $26, and then we make it potluck and everybody comes. And again, we sign up Genius. So now they're potluck signing up for what they're going to be bringing. And now we've got their contact information, their address, and we've met them in person. Whether they've come or not, we've knocked on their door and we met them. So check it out. It's something that they've even asked to do twice a year, but we do so many different events throughout the year that we keep it to every fall. We host one of these events and we have it right in front of our house. So now they know where we live as well. And it's a good way to make connections. So when we get our contact information for our neighbors, we always try to do the power of 4. So 1 is going to be that face-to-face, right? We meet them at different events. 2, we get their contact information so I can put them on a monthly email blast and I send them information on what's going on in the neighborhood. I don't bog it down with real estate stuff because nobody cares. Nobody wants to see that. They want to know what's going on in the neighborhood. So that's the big thing that I'll say in big, and I use Constant Contact so I can track and see who's opening it up, how many people are looking at it, what are they clicking on, what's the analytics behind it all, right? Because if you're doing things, if you're sending things out and you're putting it out there and you can't track and see if it's even working, then why are you even doing it? It has to make sense and you have to see what's working, what's not. So I use my email blast so I can track and see what they're clicking on. And in big, the top thing is what are the events coming up, and it shares different things about the communities. And as it goes down, I'll put, what's going on at the schools, the school calendars of events, sports. And then down at the bottom, I might do a featured listing, and it's always one of our listings in the neighborhood. Or if I've already done so many of those, then I'll pick one from other areas. Because I learned too that if I do too much about the neighborhood, they think I only do business in the neighborhood and I don't do it anywhere else. So I got to mix it up a little bit, and I'll show different areas. The number one thing that they click on every single month, even though I've asked them, and I'll give out a poll at the end of every year, what do you want to learn? What do you want me to share on our email blast? And I ask them, do you want HOA information? Do you want neighborhood information? Do you want city information, school? They all pick everything except for real estate information. Nobody has ever clicked on real estate information when I give out these polls, ever. And it goes out to hundreds and hundreds of people. But every month, the number one thing that they click on, and it is my smallest thing down at the bottom because I don't want it to be salesy, is our featured listing, and then search more homes in Orlando or what's my home worth. That is what they click on every single month. And I make it so small and it's down at the bottom because I hate that salesy pitch, but they go for that and they look at it, and I can see who's clicking on it, and I can see how many times they're opening it up, and I can see how many times they're going back to it. So I know, even though they tell me they don't want that, they kind of do want that. They want to see that. So email blasts, and then I also do monthly mail outs to our farm. And as soon as I started doing my monthly mail outs, and I was doing sporadically at first because when I first joined my husband, we didn't have a whole lot in our marketing budget. So we really went deep in the face-to-face because that's free. But once we started getting a little more budget in, I said, all right, we're going to be consistent with our monthly mailers. Once we started doing that, we went from about 5 or 6 transactions from farming to about 16 to 18 in farming. And every month I send them 3 things. All right. So it looks like this. It's a 1 page like that. And every month I send them something that's either going to save them money, make them money, or it's going to make things easier for them. So my first thing is always about that. And it can be anything from how to prep your house for selling, how to make your yard look easier, if there's a sale going on somewhere else that they can save them money. So it's always save them money, make them money, make it easy. In small print, I always give a market update. And then to the side, I always show what we've recently listed or sold. And the reason I do this is because 1, I want something for them that they want to open it up and they want to see it. It's not just another sales pitch. It's something for them. 2, I want to show them that they can trust us. We know our business. And then 3, I want to show them that we are active realtors and we do transactions everywhere. We send it once a month to our farm, and it's about 1,200 homes that we send it to. So it costs us about $1,000. And it's a good investment because we make that 10 times. So every month. And one other thing I always include on there is, I don't know if you can see this, QR codes. Because again, I want to track and see who's reading our stuff, who's going back to where I'm sending them to. And I send them back to our website every single time. So every morning I get up and I look at a couple different analytics. I look and see who's going on our website, because that's one of my goals from last year is I want to keep directing people to my website, because I want them to see what we're doing is kind of our resume of our business, and then also to keep them engaged and keep thinking of us when they think of real estate. So I'm always updating our website. So I always direct them back there through QR codes, flow codes, easy to use. You can do the free version, and I think you get up to 10 QR codes. And one of my QR codes that I keep directing people back to is my link tree, which again is free. So if I use my same QR code, even if I'm talking about let's talk about investing, which is this one, I could have a link on my link tree that goes directly to that blog post. So if they scan that, I can see, okay, now I can track, did they scan it through Flowcode? Did they click on my links through Linktree? Are they on my website? How long are they staying on there? I can see all that through Google Analytics as far as how long are they on my website and what pages are they clicking on. So then again, going back to, is what I'm doing working, and are people staying there? Are people calling? A big thing that I did this past year, I started this in January. I said, you know what? We're going to be not only known as the residential experts in our neighborhood, but we're going to know everything. If you need to know anything about this area, you're going to come to us, right? So I added a page on our website that was just all about our area, and it's new businesses that are coming and new construction that's coming. So if I see any land that's being disturbed while I'm driving around, I make a quick note. I either text it to myself, send a voice text to my husband and say, hey, we got to look this up. And I do a blog post and I share that. That has become the number one thing that people come and look at. They want to see what new construction's coming, what are the updates on it, what new businesses are coming. So I share that. It's gotten to the point now where we had on Tuesday a water line break, and within a 2-mile radius of our house, a new construction builder had gone through a big water line and they shut off the water for the entire area. Our phones were blowing up. People want to know, why are we not having water at our house? We're getting neighbors knocking on our door. Instead of calling the water company, they come to our house and ask us, why are we not having water right now? So that's how we've really dove in deep on becoming that area expert. So a few things that I do for that as well is, and I don't know if every county has this, but we're very fortunate that Orange County Our schools has a link on their own website on what new construction is coming in the area, because think of it, schools, they need to know right away if there's going to be building, if there's going to be new homes, if there's going to be new residences, they need to plan for that now if they need to start making new schools or planning relief schools. So ask your school system if they have something like that, because ours does, where I can click on a link and I can see not only where our new construction area is coming based on that, but also how many homes in those areas and when do they anticipate, where are they at in the building process. So check with your schools. And if they don't have that, what a great reason to call your schools anyways, and to get on a first name basis with the people who have that information and let them know, hey, I'm doing research for my area and I want to be able to keep everybody update on what new construction is coming and how the schools are doing and if new schools are coming. So I check that periodically. Every Monday morning, I check our Board of County Commissioners, what meetings are coming up. This is public information that they have to provide to us because I want to know, are there new roadways that are being built? Are there rezoning that's being done? Because I live in a very agricultural area. And if I see agricultural being rezoned to residential, why and who's doing it, what's coming up? And I get that information. So this year I've added to our website specific contact me forms. I want to be updated on this new development that's coming up. I want to be updated on this builder that's building in the area. And now we've got a database that's automatically going into our system that I can reach out to, and I have contact information now because there are potential customers for the next year in that new construction, or I could possibly find them something else in the meantime that may better fit them. So that was something else that we've added in this year, but I'm always looking for ways that I can provide information. So on our community website, social media was the fourth thing. So it was email, face-to-face, postcard mailouts, and then social media. And I'm going to be the first to tell you, social media is not my thing. I love it because it's free advertising, but I can never say I've gotten a customer directly from social media because that's my jam. It's not. However, I will use it all the time to share what I learn with the people that I know or with our neighborhood. So I never post salesy real estate stuff on our community page, but anytime I get new information on what's going on in the area, I'm gonna be the first person to share it. School grades come out where the Florida Department of Education tells us how well the schools are doing on their testing. You better believe I've got a Canva set up. So as soon as those come out, I can input the information, be the first one to share that. And I will share stuff weekly on there's a new chicken place. I'm sharing that information. And I'm sharing new permits that are pulled. I'm sharing the county commissioners meetings. And I'm actually going to these meetings and sharing the updates. So people know me as a realtor from my mailouts that I send every month, but they know us as the community experts from our social media posts that we share all the time. So doing those four things, I think, have been instrumental in our farming, but we also take that same approach with our sphere. So with our sphere, they're also going to get a mail out, and it's a different mail out than obviously what our farm is. It's not so area specific, but they're going to get the same type of mail out every single month with something that they can save the money, make the money, directing them back to our website. They're always going to get social media posts, friends with everybody. And one thing I started doing too is if I meet somebody, I know someone well enough that I'm going to be friends with them on Facebook and see them in person too, they're local in my area, they get on my postcard list. They're going to get my mail out every single month. And from that, I think that has helped us the most with getting new customers. It's all about adding to your database, right? You talk to people all the time, and sometimes I have a hard time bringing up real estate. My husband loves it. He talks about real estate to everybody. He doesn't care who it is. I don't ever talk about real estate to anybody. I'm like a secret agent when it comes to face, because I hate that rejection. So I never want to talk about real estate unless they ask me. If they ask me, 100%, we can talk about it. But I'm never going to be the first one to bring it up. However, as soon as they say, "Oh, I got your mail out," that's like an open invitation to start talking about, yeah, did you see how low the builders' interest rates are going? I can't believe that the market, even in our market, they're still offering these kind of rates or whatever it is, right? So for the people who I want to talk to about real estate and I want their business in the future, but I'm scared to ask for it, I will most certainly put them on my mail out list because I want to drop the hints of who I am and what I do so that they ask me about it. And then I saw something in the chat that
I was gonna say, Tana, yeah, there's a couple questions in there.
okay.
Like one is, where are you getting the information? It sounds like you're getting it from the city and from are you finding content from online searches? What are you doing mostly?
So my information from the city is on their websites because the cities, they have to have that information public. If they're having rezoning or new construction, and sometimes if I see dirt being dug up around an area, I'll go to our Orange County property appraiser and I'll figure out who's the owner. And then from there, it can take me to a website where I can pull permit searches for it. So then I find out, okay, what permit did they apply for? So a lot of my information, I just see dirt being moved and I do my research on that area. And sometimes if I see a sign, I've turned around, taken a picture of the sign and called it later on to find out, what are you building? What's going on in that area? And I call and I find out. Why do I choose Sign Up Genius versus KV Core? Because I don't know KV Core enough to dive in deep. I'm one of those, I like KV Core. I'm so old school. I am. I like KV Core and I use it to keep track of people with my automatic drip system. But if you want to see my hot sheet, it's old school Excel spreadsheet that I just hit me and my husband, we take turns hitting the spreadsheet and making our notes in KV Core. But I'm a creature of habit, I guess. And I'm sure
But
that
are you using, is KV Core your CRM or are you using Follow Up Boss or something else?
KV Core, but not to
Okay.
its potential, not
Okay.
to probably, I should go to classes on how to use that better. I think we could even increase our business, but
You're like me. Yeah. I mean, it's super powerful, like with the newsletters. I mean, to Margot's point, there's like all these cool things that you can do and you're capturing all that data. Bombs in it now, but I'm like, it's taking the time to figure out how robust it is and making, being proactive so you don't have to be reactive. So I totally get that.
So we do use BombBomb. We get a lot of people who will click on what's my home worth and they'll type in their address, but they won't put in the rest of their contact information. So now what I'll do is I'll do a CMA, not a full blown one, but close enough. And we do use a BombBomb and I'll put my QR code on a letterhead telling them, go to this QR code and you're going to see your CMA. And now I've got them on a link tree. I've got their own flow code page where they can check out their CMA. They're going to go to a BombBomb video of me talking about it, introducing myself, sharing it. And this, I will go knock on their door and I will give it to them. So, and I'll do it because they're right in my neighborhood. Most of the people who do that, what's my home worth? It's because I've been targeting you in my neighborhood. You're close enough. You're within a 5-minute drive. I'm going to go over and knock on your door and say, hey, you requested this information. You didn't leave your contact information, but I wanted to make sure that you had it. Watch the video, take a look at your CMA. If you have any questions, let me know. Or if you would like a deeper dive into it, I'd be happy to set an appointment at another time to come take a look at the house. And we've gotten listings and buyers from that. So those are only a few times that I'll knock on a door and I feel like it's an open invitation when they ask for that information. And sometimes they just want to know, and sometimes it ends up being a sale. So either way, it's another connection that's being made. But yeah, I love BombBomb.
So John has a question in there too. If I have my SOI and farm area, would you just say concentrate on farming both? I think you've got what, 50 people on here, you're going to get 50 different answers. Like, I think Tanin is very similar to how I operate too. My business is all my SOI, right? So what would you recommend in that situation, Tanin? I guess it depends on how many you have, and then you're always adding to it too, right?
Yes. So in our farm that we reach out to every single month. It's 1,268 homes in our farm, but I take out the realtors and some of the other people. So we've got about 1,250 that I market to every single month as far as my mail outs. In our email database, we've got about 600 that are from farming that have signed up for things that I've connected with. And then in our sphere of influence, we've got about 250 people that I send things out to that I'm contacting. And I've got 2 different emails that go out every month, 2 different mail outs that go every month. And sometimes our farm overlaps with our sphere because we've sold in there. And that's okay. Now I take them off my sphere list. And actually there's some of them I keep on both because it only cost me what, like 60 cents to mail to. So it's not like it's breaking the bank. But I do it to both. And when I do it consistently to both, I see the benefits from both of them. And that's why our sphere, it's about the same amount from referrals from past customers and repeat business that we see from our farming. But you can only go back to your sphere unless you've got a huge database that's your sphere that's constantly referring you business. It's hard to rely on that alone. So you have to constantly be adding people into your database. And that's why a farm is great. So one other thing we do, and it's a more of a long-term goal or long-term touch point, is anytime that there's somebody new that's moved into the neighborhood, and we've got ourselves set up on the MLS to send us the homes. Anytime there's a closing, we send them a welcome to the neighborhood letter, and we give them all the information on what they need to know moving in here. We send them to the Facebook groups that we moderate on and our admins on, so that they're not going to the other Facebook groups that aren't nearly as good as ours. So we make those contacts early on and build that relationship from the time that they live there, because you never know. Somebody could be moving in a year, 2 years, 3 years.
What other questions? Is this helpful, y'all? Yeah. Sometimes, I mean, and even for us that, like I said, Tanin and I work similar, but I always learn stuff from her too. I mean, the garage sale thing was brilliant. Like I was just driving around our neighborhood the other time, and it was a whole neighborhood wide garage sale. I would have never even thought about doing something like that, it's great. We do something like the donate, dump and shred day, right? Same thing, but we're doing an outreach there. You're already tying into something that's been planned. I think that's just, I mean, I love these ideas. What other questions do you guys have? Go ahead, Tanin, sorry.
We do the shred event too in our neighborhood, and we usually tide along in the spring after the garage sale is done, because we also it's a nonprofit organization called the Mustard Seed, and they'll come up and pick up large items or pick up items that you can donate, and it goes to this to their benefit. So we do it after the garage so that people can come and get rid of their shredding stuff. And also if they have items that they didn't sell at their garage sale, they can bring it and donate it to the Mustard Seed, and the Mustard Seed will take it off their hands. So they don't have to bring it to like a Goodwill or somewhere else. So always tying.
Now, you guys realizing and recognizing that everything she's talking about, like, yes, there is money that's spent, but these are not expensive things. So a lot of times we hear from agents, I don't have a big budget. I don't have a lot of money to spend right now as I'm building my business, but it's really getting in front of people, building those relationships. You build the relationships, the business is going to come. Writing a letter. I mean, I think I've told y'all this before. When I moved into our house a few years ago, my son was like, Mom, there's all these real estate signs in the neighborhood. Does that make you mad? And I said, no, it's my fault. He goes, what do you mean? I said, they don't know me. They don't know who I am. Right. And so that was a reminder to me. And so I wrote a letter to all the neighborhood, all the people in the neighborhood. Hi, I live here. I work here. I'm your new neighbor. I'm so excited to get to know y'all. And then from there, we did Front Porch Fridays, not as a real estate focus, but that was the passive opportunity, right? You want the neighbors to get to know each other. Every quarter we do Front Porch Friday. Everybody come to our house, have a movie screen, do something like that. I'm not going to have my banners and my logos everywhere, but Could I have plates with my logo on it or napkins with my logo on it? So those subtle little hints. So there's a lot of things that you can do that aren't a lot of money. It's just that consistency and being that familiar face. So everybody sees you as the neighborhood expert.
So one thing we also do is we are an adoptive precinct, and I don't know if y'all have this in Texas.
This is all over the place, Tanin. This is everybody in the nation. This is
Oh,
not just
okay.
Texas. Yeah.
So we have adoptive precinct in our area, which means we can have volunteers hold a polling location. We fill it with workers, and the county supervisor of election pays us money for doing this. A lot of people do it because they want to get paid, but for our adoptive precinct, it's all volunteers from our neighborhood. And that money goes into a social committee account to where we can put on events for our community. So guess who's front and center, opening the door for everybody as the poll, I've done everything, but I'm the poll deputy. So every time they come to our polling location, which is everybody in our direct little area in our precinct, they get to see me and I get to open the door and get them ready to go in for polling. So it's, again, one of those face-to-face contacts, completely free. I don't pay anything for that. And now I get to meet people face-to-face. They know who I am. And every time they're so thankful for all of us doing what we do to make it easier, so they're not having to go down to the Smoky Moose Lodge for voting. But it's not only one, do we get to meet people, but two, now we're getting we get like $2,500 to $4,000 depending on how big the election is. So presidential elections, we'll get $4,000 that we can use as a committee. Say, hey, let's put on our Christmas event. Now guess who's back in front of the community at the Christmas event, helping put things together and doing pictures with Santa and things like that. So there's a lot of things that we do that are also fundraising events so that we can put on events in the community. We do a designer bag bingo. We've done it for 7 years. I go out and I buy a couple $1,000s worth of purses that are all designer purses. And then we sell tickets to have bingo at our clubhouse. And that event not only pays us back for the purses, but it makes a couple $1,000s as well. That money goes right back into the fund. So let's put on another event. And then there's also the free things. I talked about the walking group. How easy is that to get people to get together in the morning and go walking? We've gotten a $500,000 listing, an $800,000 purchase, and now we're getting a $1.3 million lakefront listing from a walking group that cost me $0, and I need to get out and walk anyways. So there's so many free things to do. I think it's just about going out there and making those connections.
When you're doing this, Tanin, are you wearing like your branded stuff or something with your team name, or no?
Never.
You're just building a relationship, right? So yeah. I knew that was the answer. I want other people to hear about it. It's like, you don't have to, I always say this, I want everybody to know I'm in real estate, but I don't want them to see me and say, oh my gosh, there's Elizabeth Runn. She's going to, bombard you with real estate. But so I like that you're not being branded. You're just adding value to the community. You're being the neighbor, that you're being the mayor of the community is basically what you're doing.
Yeah, I'll never wear my real estate stuff out when it's a community event. If it's a Teston team sponsored event, so the shred event we do sponsor, and we put that on separately from the community, so that I will wear an EXP logo or our Teston team shirt. But if it's a community event, nope, we're a regular clothes, which is good because now they can recognize me anywhere we go. If I see them at the schools or the grocery stores or wherever.
And you're relatable. Margot, unmute and jump in and ask your question.
Yeah.
There you are.
So Tanin, I think it was one of the meetings you did a couple of years ago when I was a new realtor part-time, that I started building a relationship. I started a newsletter list, and it's 1-by-1 meeting people walking their dogs. We don't have an HOA, so that's the only way to do it. And building value and doing a lot of the things that you're doing. I host a Halloween parade. I didn't know how that was going to go the first year, but lots of people showed up and we turned it into a block party. We've got a guy who owns a liquor store who lives in the neighborhood, and his family hand out, soft drinks, not, you know. So we have vendors, they have pop-up tables, everybody loves it. I'm kind of known as the mayor of the neighborhood, and yet we've had one listing and we keep seeing lots and lots of people who engage with us. They were reading the newsletters, and we're thinking, are we not being assertive enough? Because when we have like face-to-face conversations with them over the course of 2 years, and when it's time to say, hey, we'd love to talk to you, we were not getting the listing appointments and somebody else shows up. Now, one thing we need to be aware of is our farm has a lot of original neighbors, so they're in their 80s. And I don't know what you can do with people who are in their 80s. It could be that that's just not a good market to target because they're going to use their niece or whatever. I don't know, but I welcome your thoughts because I put a lot of effort into this plan and I believe in it. And there's something that a couple of things that I picked up here, but I welcome your thoughts on this.
So isn't that we've had that happen to us when it was one of our good friends and it was right across the street. They know what we do. This was several years ago, and it was such a punch in the gut, right? When you see somebody else that you should have had that listing, why didn't you get that opportunity to have that conversation at least with them, to interview?
And asked for the appointments. Like, it's not like we failed to ask. And I have to just say, it's especially annoying that it was another neighborhood realtor who doesn't help us, but who trades on that this neighborhood has all these great events. I'm like, hey, you know.
So here's what I would lean on. And this is what it was a realization for us, that they know us, they like us, but do they trust us enough with this, or do they trust somebody more, right? Because you always hear about that know, like, and trust. People will do business with someone they don't like, but they know and they trust them to do a good job. They'll even do business with people they don't know, but they may like them and they trust them to do a good job. But a lot of times people won't come to us because they know us, they like us, but maybe they're on the fence about trusting us to do that job. So now you have to show them over and over and over again, past listings, past solds, update them regularly, and share your reviews with them. Every once in a while, we'll do sharing reviews and make that a part of it, because don't just listen to us. We have to prove to you that we have done business. We are doing business. We are active. We don't just know about the real estate. We don't just throw parties in the neighborhood. We're more than party planners. Right. We're realtors, and this is what we do. So that's why one of the things that I always include on our mailouts is our just listeds and our just solds, or recent listings and recent sales, and they're different every single time. Because we want them to know we are active realtors and we do business in other areas besides our own zip code. So I think it's just reiterating that and finding ways to share with them that you're an active realtor and other people like you and other people trust you. So you guys should too. We know what we're doing.
Great ideas. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing too, Margot, is you can use, like, I'm trying to think that through, because I mean, we've all had that happen, but you can also use collective stats. They don't have to be just yours, right? So like, as a newer agent, if I was going to go into a neighborhood, or even now, I mean, actually I did this a couple of weeks ago when I was in an area that I've sold in, but I don't sell in it all the time, right? And they asked how much do you sell over here? Well, we sell, you just have to be proactive and know the numbers and know the activity before you walk into that, and know your stats. So if this is your neighborhood or an area that you're really familiar with, pull all the EXP, because we're all one company, right? We've sold, 26 homes in the last 3 months, whatever it is, but use us as a collective group, because that is accurate. We are one company, we are one brokerage, we're all owners together. So use those stats to benefit whatever it is, whatever conversation you're trying to have.
That is great advice, because right now we have one transaction in the neighborhood, so we don't have others to trade on. That's a great idea. Thank you.
Because we all are in this together and we all help each other out. And so even if you called any of us, we're collectively helping you get it sold, right? And marketing it, and the brokers own the listing. So it is accurate data. What else? This is so helpful, Tanin. And y'all, those of you that are going to EXPCon, if you haven't met Tanin, they'll be there. And those that haven't planned to EXPCon yet, go ahead and just plan to go to EXPCon. It's going to be awesome.
So someone had asked about constant contact landing pages, and we do use those. So if I, when I share information to our community, I had one that was talking about the new construction that was in the area that said, if you want to be on the updates for more new construction that's coming up or specifically to this builder, they can sign up, and they do. They sign up through that constant contact landing page, and it goes directly into a new list that talks about this neighborhood, so we can keep up with them.
This is awesome. Thank you.
What
Any
else,
other
guys?
questions?
So Elizabeth, can I speak for 1 sec? It's
Of
David.
course, it's everybody jump in.
So Margot, I think you actually have that niche, right? You've got that over 70, 75, which is identifiable. Maybe you trend some of your newsletters, some of your mail outs towards that target audience a little bit more and see if that helps. 2, you could start doing workshops on downsizing, what resources are available in the community to that population, right? And so kind of start trending towards that a little and see what happens. And Tanin has hit it out of the park today. Thank you so much. The one thing I loved about what you said was, I want them to remember I'm a realtor without banging them over the head. And so how do we do that, right? So is it are just listed, are just sold? You know, you've got to remind them that this is what you do for a living somehow. I think what you said about being the source is number one, right? If they're coming to you because you're the source. So if any of us can get to that point, no matter how we do it, it's really valuable. The other thing is, and Tanin probably does this, is partnering with small businesses that you love, you like, you frequent, you use, and just asking them, how can I help promote you? And in the newsletters, you do a QR code, you do whatever you want. Look in your monthly neighborhood newspaper that comes out, maybe your community newspaper, whatever it is. Every restaurant has coupons for a free queso or a free this or a free that. Go to that. If you don't know anyone that owns businesses, go to that business and say, hey, I'd like to promote you. Do you mind if I copy this and send it to my database on your behalf? The trick is, as Tanin alluded to, is capturing the people that are using that coupon. But you can do it in various ways. But I tell you, if you highlight a small business that your friends own once a month or something like that, it will just, you'll hit a home run. So great job, guys. I really enjoyed it.
So that's a good point, David, because that's something that we do in our monthly email blast, is we do pick a local business that we can highlight and send them to. And that's sometimes just a reason for us to have a conversation with somebody else in our neighborhood who we know does business. One other thing that we do when Elizabeth talks about handwritten notes, we pick 5 neighbors a month to do a good neighbor award to. And usually I find this stuff on Facebook. If I see somebody who asks for something on Facebook and a neighbor is quick to jump in, oh, I've got one of those, or I can run over there and I can do it. AC's going out. Don't worry, I'll stop by and I'll take a look. When I see stuff like that, we send them a good letter. You know, thank you for being such a great neighbor. This is why XYZ neighborhood is such an amazing place to live, because of people like you. And we give them a $10 gift card to our local grocery store.
Love that.
So
That's awesome. See, these ideas are always good, and you can kind of, not everything's going to be a fit for everybody, but then there's always nuggets you can pick and choose, or it might give you an idea. One of the things I'll share, I've told you guys this before, and I know I'm a broken record, but it's October. And for those of you in the neighborhoods, and we're talking about Sphere, and we're talking about being the mayor, what's the big thing in the neighborhoods? Halloween, right? Margot's setting up Halloween events, and there's happy hours and things like that. What I'm doing, and I do this every single year, is I look back from last year and I see all of my clients that closed, from all of my buyers that closed from November 1st to like mid of October. Now you guys can go to I don't know if Sam's has it, but you can go to Costco and you can buy these yourself and you can deliver them all if you want. But for those of you that have clients all over the place, like I do, I go into Amazon Prime and I go find the king size candy bars. And there is a box of them. It's the good candy bars. Don't give people the crap candy bars, but like it has the Kit Kats and the big king size ones. And I think there's like 40 of them in a pack. And I go into Amazon Prime and I send it to them directly. I don't do it too early, but you got to get ahead of it because sometimes they sell out. And in the message, I'll write, happy first anniversary in your new home. I hope this makes you the most popular house on the block. Right. And so now they get a package. It's not that expensive. I think it's like $13. Prime is free. I send it to all of my people that were buyers, right? So from November 1st to like October. And then that shows up at their doorstep. And they're like, oh my gosh, this is really cool. Because then now they're giving out candy in their new neighborhood and it's king size candy bars and everybody's talking about them. So I do king size candy bars all the time. And kids in the neighborhood are like, yeah, y'all are the ones with the king size candy bars. Okay. If that's what it takes, that's what it takes. Just another touch. But in October, we really focus on the kids. And so we will send things to our clients really, but sending it to the kids, right? So the parents see, oh my gosh, Johnny got a card from Elizabeth or whatever. And I'll go to another thing you can do is go to the dollar store. You can get like 5 Halloween cards for $1. You can go to Wendy's if y'all have a Wendy's. During October, they have the Frosty coupons that are all decorated Halloween, and there's 5 of them for $1. And you can tear apart the coupons. And then I go through my database and I send it to all of my clients' kids. They're addressed to the kids. It's a Halloween kid card, and just say, hey, happy Halloween from your favorite real estate agent, Elizabeth, or whatever. Right. So the kids love this. The families are seeing this. That's their world. That's their why. So you're not being salesy. You're just thinking of the family and the whole relationship as opposed to a transaction. So. Sound good? Yeah, we have, Stacy just put in there, we have really quick, right after this is a big agent meeting, y'all, in the world with Leo, Holly, and Kendall. They're going to talk about the NAR settlement 45 days later, if that's what you guys want to jump into after this, just a reminder. But anyway, any last questions for Tanin? We're awfully quiet this morning. This has been helpful.
This has been
Yes.
great. I just popped in there. What are your favorite giveaways for neighborhood events?
So I've asked,
We have a lot of 90-year-olds and we have a lot of families with kids because we have great schools. So it's a bit of both.
it's such a hard one because if you ask people what they want gift cards, right? Because then they can choose. Being in Florida, we live so close to the beach. We're always outside, a lot of water stuff. So I like to give them things that they're going to use. And I always do beach towels. So when we do an annual giveaway at our shred event as well, to help encourage them to come down, even if they're not shredding, just come down and enter the giveaway. And it's 2 Tommy Bahama beach chairs, a cooler, some of those Yeti koozies, and 2 beach towels. And that's our big giveaway that we do. And it's something that anybody who lives in the state of Florida, you're going to be able to use one of those things that you're winning. So.
Love it. Love it. Well, Tanin, you're amazing, my friend. I appreciate you so much. And I just love that, when you add so much value all the time. And I just love it when our people, Tanin's not even in our org, y'all. That's the beauty of this company. Like we're all winning together because we're all one company. And so when I was like, hey, you bring so much value, would you come and share with all of us? It wasn't even a hesitation. So thank you for being a giver. Thank you for being you. I can't wait to see you in Miami. And we appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
So y'all have an amazing weekend. I know for Austin people, ACL, be safe. Anybody else, have a great productive weekend, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.